Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss, and I got the #1 website for you to cash in and cash out in cash money for Bitcoin. It's called bitquick.co. There's a link in the description, and it's in the #1 comment on this video. You go to their website, you're going to see this right here. You click on buy, and you tell them how much money you want to spend, and it will automatically convert that amount into Bitcoin. Once you have that amount ready, you let them know how you want to pay for it. You can either do a cash deposit or money transfer through a major bank right here in the USA. You pick what bank you want, and it's quite convenient to my house. The big thing to note here is you only have 3 hours to get that cash money into the bank account that they send you. Once you deposit the money into their account, they send you the Bitcoin. Notice that there is a 2% fee. This morning when I sent $500, they charged me $10 to send it, but that's not bad at all in crypto land. So you click on next right there after it's confirmed, and they'll send you an email. And notice this is cash only, you guys. Don't go online and try to transfer it into the person's account because it won't work. You need to go into a bank with cash money. In the email that they send you, they'll put their name, they'll put a 12-digit account number, they'll put that holder's state. That's all you need. And they will also confirm your Bitcoin address where the money will be sent. Biggest thing to note here is that you will need to receive the upload link and send them the receipt of the transfer. This is what that looks like. All you do is you take a picture of the deposit receipt after you send it. You type in that little no refunds for BitQuick on Bitcoin, boom, upload it into that email right there using that link. And congratulations, baby. You are now a part of the money team. This is the boss with another breakthrough website for you guys. I hope it helps, and I hope you will be profitable and prosperous in the market. Let's go.
Like a boss.
Huh.
Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Today is September 28th, day #2, video #1 of the day. But it's the second day, part 2 of Superman and Ethereum. You know, I feel like I need to put my cape on, you know, get the fan blowing, you know, and just stand there real big. I think what we'll see in the next 2 to 3 weeks is a shift in the economy where a lot of these altcoins are going to be getting a lot of industrial money. Up until now, the attention has been on Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, a little bit of Dash. But now we're going to see a lot of those smaller altcoins that have essentially dried up since March, April, May, get some of that money back. Zcash, ADX is a newer one, but it just had a big pop. Golem, you know, a lot of those coins that Gnosis that everybody was talking about 3 months ago, coming back around. This is your first time tuning in. Congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK. My friends know me as a crypto trader, and I am the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day, I'm able to grace this microphone with my voice. As another day, somebody can prosper as a result, and today is no exception. With this video right here, we have a question of the day. I'll be giving that question of the day out at the end of the video, so make sure you watch it all the way through. And on that, you will comment your answer, and then I will pick an answer from that on tonight's video to give away some free money. So you see, we just link it in, you know, and keep that money train rolling, you know. So with that being said, we're going to jump straight into the charts. If you remember on our last video, we talked about all the macroeconomic forces, you know, that were really helping Ethereum to you know, kind of break away from Bitcoin, right? You know, I think the spotlight is on Bitcoin. Is that going to go 4,400, 4,100? Oh my God, it's at 3,600, right? At the end of the day, who really cares? We have an entire economy building off. And Ethereum has almost broken apart completely and has its own cryptoverse being built on top of it with the ERC20, with Metropolis, you know, with all the technological innovation, waves, you know, the different things building on top of Ethereum to where it's no longer just Bitcoin and, you know, all these altcoins around it. Ethereum is essentially its own universe as well, in its own right. And because of that, it's almost entering a new cycle that we're about to check out right now. So if we go to tradingview.com, we're going to see a chart that looks like this. Let's go ahead and bring this up. And now you see tradingview.com. The trend lines we're using a 721 and a 770. A candle wick is a 343-minute candle. Again, this is intellectual property, patented process owned by Brandon Kelly LLC. If you're a profit-seeking entity, do not use it, reuse it, or rebroadcast it without my express written permission. If you're a person, by all means, use it abundantly. It works quite marvelously, and I give it to you completely free of charge. With that being said, this is what we look at with Ethereum. We can see that on this long trend, we had this huge breakout over here. This is when everybody was, everybody was saying, oh my God, Ethereum is, the next best thing. Vitalik walks on water, and Trump loves Putin, and, and all this. Then reality happened, right? Then we kind of came back down to earth and settled down. If you recall, I think June 9th, somewhere in here, it was like June 11th, June 14th, somewhere in there, I made the Don't Believe the Hype video, sell Ethereum at $360, and then bam, fell off the side of a cliff. So now we have a situation to where, again, what I said, it looks like we are coming to the completion of a cycle. Because when you look inside this chart, you can see firsthand how we almost have two parabolas, right? And that white line is really the main indicator. The white line is a 261-day moving average, and that thing is almost coming to a complete stop. And when that happens, right around that time is right when lightning strikes, and we're able to really make some money. Same thing is happening with the 77. It's just happening on a longer scale, right? This thing goes back, when it broke out here in May, shot up the charts, came back down, and now this thing is basically running our baseline under Ethereum, right? So essentially, when that white and that orange connect, if you remember in my first videos, that's when I would say, that's when all those moving averages come together. That is when lightning strikes, and that's when all of that energy that has been stored up inside that chart is really just dispelled into the universe. And this thing is able to jump up out and really make a lot of money in a short amount of time. So what we're looking at now is we want to analyze how all of that comes together, right? And in doing so, first of all, we're going to, let's just throw this up here for right now. Get rid of this. Let's just get all of these out of here real quick. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is we need to draw a trend line. And so when we draw our trend line, we want to go back as far as possible with as much relevant information as possible. That's still pertinent to the present, right? Let's get this out of here too. And so in doing that, I'm going to take our starting point. We're going to go all the way back. Go take you back, way back. Right about there. What is that? Right around February. Because when we zoom in a little bit. right up in there. So this is when that little dip happened right there. That's going to be the first area of our trend line, because essentially when that green broke out from that dip, it was ready to make some money, right? And that orange started running as a result. So we'll take our first point of the trend line right there, green over orange. Bam! That's our first one. And now we're just gonna scroll up a bit so we can see where we need to put this second point at. All right, cool. So now we're going to put this second point at the top where that green broke down at. So now inside of that one trend line, and then I can draw little circles for you guys so we have it. So that's the second intersection, and this is the first one, right? And inside this one trend line right here, we have all of that run rate, right? That's a lot of money, you guys, and that is a lot of energy, right? That Ethereum stayed true to during that time, right? Almost 6 months, almost 1,000% trapped inside that little bitty line. So that's important to know, right? That's gonna be very important in the future. Next thing we want to do is we want to identify our breakdown rate. And this one sometimes can be a little bit more challenging, but one of the things I've learned that we touched on earlier is when this white and this orange come together, it's usually a pretty big moment in time, right? And you can see that it happened twice on this side of the chart, right there and right there. So that would be a pretty good indicator of the macro cool down happening inside of Ethereum during this point in time, right? If we go from right there to right there, just trying to think if we need to put it at the bottom of that green or not. Actually, hold on. Let's come back to that. I don't like the way that looks right now. I think that's still forming out. It hasn't settled yet. So we have our run rate. Now, next thing we can do is get our Fibonacci levels. And a lot of people ask me, how do I freestyle on a Fibonacci? Well, let me tell you a secret. I'm like Dylan. I spit hot fire, and more hot fire. And when I freestyle on a Fibonacci, you best believe it's going platinum, son. Platinum. We make hits in this booth. Sorry. I watch too much Dave Chappelle in my free time. Here we go. I'm sorry. Anybody who's seen that episode, like, you gotta admit that show was pretty funny. So we go to breakout, to breakdown, you know what I'm saying? Bam bam. And it's just that easy. Like, I don't know what lesson I could give on that. Like, you just look for the spot in the chart. Like, it's no book, it's no chapter, it's no, theology behind it. All you're doing with a Fibonacci is you're looking to separate the chart into sections, right? And just in looking at this thing, I guess we can start to do this. Let's do this. We can turn the white off. We can just look at the orange and the green, right? And then we could even turn the orange off. And let's just look at the green. we can see that this thing kind of like, it doesn't all go up in one level. It has this little bitty run right here, and then it comes down and breaks down. Well, you know, just drop a line right there and say, okay, that's going to be one section. If we looked at that, you know, for a, you know, and then you even take this moment in time where we started at. So you copy and paste that white line, throw it back, right? We got that right there. And now you say, okay, well, that was one little cycle of Ethereum. That's a healthy, you know, breakout, correction into another breakout. That is what it looks like. This essentially becomes our first fractal of Ethereum. Like if I really wanted to break this thing down, I could look inside this, you know, 2 months and probably learn more about Ethereum than most people have been able to analyze all the way over here, because this was like a complete cycle. You know what I'm saying? And that in turn was able to build out this one, right? It's one leads into the next, as above, so below. And this was like our first complete little run and as a part of the cycle. So another thing you could do is just, you know, draw like, and this is why I like the crosshairs. You notice I have crosshairs on my mouse. It's a reason for that. This is so that whenever I want to just freestyle a triangle, I'm able to like pinpoint it with this intersection over here. So notice the crosshairs extending. I just extend it straight up and wait till the intersection lines up, and I make that the corner of my axis, and I say, okay, well, that triangle, you know, gives me most of that energy, right? That's essentially replicating the energy in that little cycle. So I'm going to say all of that energy equals the energy in that triangle, right? And this is all Elliott waves does. This is all, you know, the Fibonacci does to an extent, is it makes little equilateral triangles, 30, 60, 90 triangles that, you know, in turn replicate everything else coming after it. All right. So now you can see that even in this Fibonacci, so say we were just looking at this little part of the chart, how would I draw a Fibonacci on that? I would go breakout, probably right there to break down, right? Hold on. How would I do that section if I was looking at this thing? Then we would need the red. And this is, yeah. So I would do breakout to break down right there. So if we were just doing that triangle Fibonacci, I would do breakout, and actually I wouldn't even do it there, because you see even inside that triangle we had another little run, and we actually didn't start till right there. So you see, like, and this is where they talk about like the monsters in algebra, you know, the classic mathematical unknown proofs or whatever, more or less infinite division, but more or less breakout to break down, bam, bam, right? And but that's all I do. I just look for, where does this thing self-divide at? Where can I find the closest intersection that gives me the largest return, and where did that intersection cross back down at? So for a small triangle, I'm using the green line and the red line for intersections, but this is the exact same thing. Breakout to break down, you know, it consolidated right on top of the money zone, which is a very, very, very strong consolidation, and then it kept on going right into our next cycle, right? On top of the money zone is very, very strong. Inside the money zone, right around that 50% line, is still pretty strong. Once it dips below that and consolidates on top of that 236, that is essentially a complete reset. That means instead of, you know, carrying out all this momentum, it's going to go back to the very beginning of a cycle, which looks something like this, where it just barely, you know, does anything, has a bigger one, comes back, you know, so it like goes back over, right? It starts the wave count at 1 for all you Elliott wave fanatics. So essentially that's your freestyle lesson for the day, right? So now back to Ethereum, back to this right here. We need to see where we're breaking down at and what that looks like. Turn our 77 back on. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is take this point, and we could color this line blue just so we know what it looks like. Take this point, 1, 2. There you go. That's our breakdown line. And the reason I didn't pick this line, right, because technically this was like green below orange over there, it's because it's too sharp, right? This orange line is still like very, very, very down, except for when we broke down right there, that orange line, that was basically the last one, and now it looks like it's gonna flatten out and it wants to go up. So essentially this intersection right here was the closest to the end of the cycle that I was able to get, right? So we can just copy and paste that little circle. You know, and it's not always going to be perfect. Some charts are more clear than others, you know, but as close as you can get. And now, look at that. That's our bigger 30, close to 30, 60, 90. Let me see if we could get a better one. Oh, breakdown. Oh, my bad. You know what I did wrong? Because this was a breakdown line, this one should be a breakout line because they have to complement each other. They have to offset each other. So that's my bad. So it should actually be this line. And now that looks a lot better because these lines should almost form like perfect, you know, angles, 30-degree angles, right? And now check this out. This is our big 30, 60, 90 triangle inside Ethereum, giving us all of that energy, right? And so now you start to see that this triangle is essentially equal to that triangle. It's just offset a little bit, spun around and stretched out. But to an extent, these energies are similar to each other, right? Again, even if I wanted to, maybe that's it, but we'll keep it where we have it right now. I don't want to confuse you guys too much, but just know that you can play with it when, you know, when something like this is with Ethereum. Probably be that one, to be honest. I'm just comparing like those interior angles and to see which one, you know, looks the best. Because now it's like you know, you just have to like go with the most natural line, right? Which is hard. I can't really describe how I do it. It's just kind of like how my eyes see the patterns forming. I guess that's not bad. We'll just stick with that one. That's fine. And then we drop a horizontal line in right there. That's not bad. And this is what I look for whenever I have trend lines, whenever I draw trend lines, is at the end of them, I want to be able to draw a nice and beautiful 3D axis, just like we did in high school math class, right? Because if I'm able to do that, then that means I'm playing, my energy lines are going out in all directions, you know, of consciousness, right? I know that's deep for, you know, candle formations and patterns, but that's what we have. So that's what I aim to replicate with my trend lines. So there you go. So what do I see here? I see Ethereum coming to a situation where when we copy and paste that, throw it up top. We're coming into a situation where the ceiling became the floor. You see that? With this white line up top, I can change the color to like purple or something. We're coming to a situation where that was the ceiling over there, and now it's crossed over and it's the floor over there. And that's an indicator of a complete reversal. Another indicator we have is the fact that we have consolidated and bounced all the way along this money line, the bottom floor of the money line. Remember what I told you, the bottom floor, that's almost like, that's prime time real estate. That's where you want to buy at. If you can buy an asset like accumulating for 2 months along this line, that means that all that energy that we talked about, all the energy inside this three-piece triangle right there, isn't broken. It's not disappeared. You just got lucky enough to be able to capture it all inside that little bitty rectangle, right? And so this is prime time buying opportunity for ETH. The last thing we can look at is from a macro level, when this Fibonacci, this last little breakout right here, and this is more advanced. When I do charts, I do this myself, but I don't often do them with you guys. If you threw an orb right there and drew one last trend line, we'll make this one purple just because, right there, you start to pinpoint different energy intersections in the chart. So for example, where those two intersected at was actually a local maximum for that orange line. So just by playing with the different lines that you can draw inside these charts, you can, begin to decipher what those intersections actually mean, as it compares to the Fibonacci and the overall energy held inside this huge triangle right there, right? The last thing we could look at is, well, if Ethereum is entering a new cycle, what will it be doing? Well, copy and paste this. Bam, bam. Up. Drop it over here. Boom, boom. Right? And now you start to get something like that. Now you can start to see exactly what's gonna happen the minute we're able to catch our second wind and do something like that. Get rid of this thing. It didn't really help us. Last thing we could do is we could start measuring this time, which was about 2 months, plus or minus, just to, almost double check our time frame, because everything is symmetrical to something that preceded it. It's not always going to be exactly perfect, but if we are able to get a rough estimate of the time frames when to expect these kind of jumps, then it does a great deal in helping us accommodate when to expect the next one. And I would say that it's a safe bet. Now we start to play with this one. Yeah, with the timing in between all of these different events, it would be a pretty good estimate that we should expect a major either breakout or breakdown. You really never know, but based off this chart, I would say break out by October 19th. And because I, kind of rushed through this chart, I wasn't able to like project the energy off the different intersections on the Fibonacci. So that's why it wasn't lining up at the end. But normally a lot of times I'm able to just bounce it up, bounce it down, catch it back, and pinpoint different times. But just based off the time frame, the resonance, and the general trend that we've already confirmed, we can expect a major breakout. I'll say breakout by 1019. So there you go. Ethereum is a definite buy right here. Down here, what is it? 0.0772. That's a buy. That's a buy, right? And we can expect, once we clear out of that money zone, to go above. This is when we bring back the 289, 231. So as soon as we clear out of that, there it goes. There we go. We're starting to get some resonance. We can expect, once we can break out of above 0.105, above that blue line, then it's pretty safe that we're going right up to 0.18, right inside the peak of that triangle, which will be somewhere around Thanksgiving. A lot of charts are pointing to Thanksgiving as a real big time in the charts. So that's when we'll actually have the most energy if this formation holds, right? So there you go. That's our money zone, man. That's prime time right there, right? And that's what we got to look forward to on this pattern. I think ETH is I think it's got the potential to make a lot of people a lot of money, especially if Bitcoin pulls back, especially with this Bitcoin gold debacle, all that garbage. This thing might be the real deal that everybody's been looking for. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed your little lesson. That is how you chart like a boss. So there you go. ETH, baby. I might have said ETC in there a few times. Pardon the confusion. But this is Ethereum. Ethereum is a buy at 0.07, and it should pretty easily double inside the next month or so. That's it. If you're in the chat right now, do me a favor, shout your country out. Let the people know where you're coming from. We go jump into our community again. You are now witnessing history, baby. We have the #1 Facebook group in the world. It's called the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. We got 11,000 of my best friends come together 7 days a week just to make money, empower each other, support each other, learn together, and profit together. It's completely free. Come on in. The doors are always open. If you're looking to be more profitable in the marketplace, you do one thing. You go to bossofbitcoin.com. We got 3 products for you. The first one is called the Profit Package, and this is a list of the movers, the shakers, and the money makers in the market. $100 million market caps, no garbage, no second page, back page coins, none of that. I told you, you go searching for digging through the trash on that second page, third page of coin market cap. That's how you get syphilis. We don't need none of that. We stick to grade A, primo, prime, cut stock, right? And that's what the Profit Package is. This thing is up probably almost 2,000%, I want to say, since August 1st using the boss method. So check it out, $25. And it's a great list of major coins in the market. Next up is the Dream Team, right? And this is one of my favorites at the moment. This thing is up, no joke, 800%. Let's see, when is that going back to? I've got the little list right here. Hold up. Hey. 800% since August 1st, right? And I told you guys the boss method is patented intellectual property. You swing trade, the 7 and the 77, green above buy, green below sell, 826% on those 10 coins. And in fact, number 4, you already know, number 4 is money in the bank, right? It's amazing, guys. This is a major game changer right here. I'm excited about it. I'm about to put a couple thousand on it this week. I told you last night I don't want y'all buying up all the coins. I need to get in on it too. So I'm gonna throw some money down with you on the dream team. And last up, we got the number 1 meeting deposit, right? This is just when me and you really get some FaceTime. You pay $25 for the deposit that opens up my calendar. The rest of the details are in the description, and then it'll take you to a website to looks like this, to where my calendar is personally accessible to you, and we can arrange a time, find the best time that suits you. So say you wanted to do Monday morning, after the kids went to school, 10 a.m., click that button, bam! And now we are face to face, baby. Spending some FaceTime with the boss to make you profitable, prosperous, and prominent in the marketplace. That is my mission, everybody. I get on here 6-7 days a week. I'm about to jump in the car for 4 hours, go across state lines, and support my people. But first, I wanted to support my people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we do this every day. And at the end of the day, I think as we continue to empower ourselves financially, as we continue to liberate ourselves from the financial constraints that have been placed upon us, this is a great opportunity for us to come together. If you turn on, the major media outlets and you hear the talking voices on TV with the voices in their ear telling them what to say and the words behind the screen, they have to read like robots. They will tell you 20 different ways to divide you from me, but not one way to bring us together. That is a system of design. Everybody is sick, everybody is broke, and therefore everybody is pretty pissed off. And I'm pissed off that I gotta walk around so many sick and broke people. So what did I do? I sat inside the booth for about 2 months, just sitting here like this. I'm literally thinking like, that dude on the statue like this? That's how I was for like 2 months. Came up with this. I've been working on this algorithm, no joke. I thought about it earlier today. I started thinking about mathematical algorithm back in 2015 when I was at Notre Dame. Me and a guy were talking about it in the hallway. He was talking about doing something for basketball stats. I was thinking about football stats. And this came around. So my mind has been building this out, no joke, for almost 4 years now. And you get it for free, 7/77. It's a fractal harmonic measuring numeric system. It's pretty amazing, pretty groundbreaking stuff. Quantum mechanics, Fibonacci, sacred geometry. It has all that stuff wrapped up inside of it. A nice little pretty bow on it that you can use for free. Liberate yourself, buy your freedom, pay your debt, and own your own money and become your own bank. That's what this crypto stuff allows us to do. And I'm just here to facilitate the journey for all of us. With that being said, we are jumping over into the chat. Let's see who we got rocking out with the boss today. Let's leave our dream team up there. I like that. Oh, that's so clean. That's so nice. $25, bossofbitcoin.com right now. 800%, since August. You can't beat it. If you got a better system, let me know, please. Here we go. Let's see who we got right now. Shout out to Chula. Crypto Freelancer said Chula rocks. I appreciate it. She's taking a nap right now. We about to leave out. Here we go. Portugal, NJ, UK, Australia, Sacktown. Shout out to the West Coast is in the building early on a Thursday morning. Australia, late at night or early. I don't even know, 1:30 a.m. I think that's early, baby. The markets don't sleep 3 times for the Aussies back to back on the board. GA is in the building. Colorado's in the building. Fresno right now rocking out. Sacktown 2 times. Australia, right? LA, San Diego, Minnesota, Jersey 1 time. Colorado Springs, Missouri, Brooklyn is in the building. Jersey, the consulting guy from Jersey. I like your little meme too. That's pretty cool. Let's do one more. LA, Tampa. Big Alex in Tampa. What's going on, baby? Ybor City, what's up? I put some time in them streets running around Ybor, Raymond James Stadium. You know what I'm saying? Number 56 on the field like a boss. Young, who they have? Lawrence Taylor in the building. Seattle, Washington, what's up? One more. And a 216. Put the city on my back. CLE till I die. Shout out to the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the land, baby. We got to end on that one. 216 in the building. What's up? CLE, baby. That being said, it's that time of the day. I got to go. My girl getting mad. She been pacing around that hallway about 10 minutes. I can hear her breathing through the door. No matter where you stay, from Brazil to the Bay in California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. I appreciate your time. Make sure you like this video, guys. It really helps me out a lot. If you appreciate this content, the best way to do it, like this video. Question of the day: what coin should I sell tonight on our 100-day challenge? Comment that right now in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, share, copy and paste the URL to somebody you love, who you want to see get paid. The more people that got money, the less people got to be sick, depressed, and miserable for the rest of their lives. Thank you again for your time. Hit a couple of them buttons down there if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.